feel sick and I feel like I'm going to pass out.
It was their dungeon. It originally had iron spikes in it as well.
This is the bloody chapel. This is where it happened.
Once you go down, you don't come back out.
What?
What the heck?
What?
Can you get me out?
What?
Crypt keepers Jared and I have now made the trip over to Ireland. We have travelled through Dublin and then out to a remote part of the country to visit its most haunted castle. Tonight we will be spending the entire night inside Leap Castle. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous about this one. I have had mad butterflies all day, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the ghosts, the spirits here are a little scary to me, but I am so keen. We visited about 4 years ago. I've always wanted to come back. This has been a huge thing for my bucket list, to come here and actually spend the night. And I hope that this place scares me. I want a good scare.
Wow, Leap Castle. Yeah, this place has some insane stories. The creepiest part I think about this castle that I'm least looking forward to would have to be the bloody chapel. The name itself is enough to give you the creeps, and some of the stories that Sean was telling us today are just insane.
There's already a lot of birds flying over my head right now. It's bringing tears to my eyes, so I'm already getting a good scare, and I think that this is going to be an omen for tonight.
Leap Castle, an impressive stronghold and infamous place of legend, rests ever so quietly in the Irish countryside and has for long been cloaked in mystery and stained by its past.
It was built in the 1300s. It was built by the O'Carroll clan, who were a very powerful but a very warlike clan. They didn't emerge or evolve as a clan down here. They did so up where the border now is with the north of Ireland. But back in the 9th century, they caused so much trouble and so many problems, a lot of the northern clans got together and they drove them out. Now they moved down through Ireland, probably fought their way down through Ireland, but eventually they came on this country and it was ruled by the O'Bannon clan. But as far as we can make out, the O'Carrolls quite quickly took this over, I suppose because of their fighting ways and that. The O'Carrolls did exactly down here what they did up the north. They fought with everybody around their borders. Now, when the time came, they fought with the English and were the bane of the English. They were one of the last of the Gaelic clans to be dispossessed, and that happened in 1688.
With a history etched in battle, the castle has been the scene of many dark and unfortunate moments that are claimed to have made it one of the most haunted places in the country. Having lived in Leap Castle since he purchased it in 1991, Sean had many stories of paranormal encounters he could share with us.
Now, there are many spirits in the house. We've never felt threatened by it. They've never interfered with us or made life difficult in any way at all, I should say, other than they do let us know they're here. Now, we tend to hear them at night time a good bit. It's not a nighttime thing only, it's just so quiet when we lock up here. Like footsteps, like people walking around, we hear doors opening and closing. Other things we hear a good bit of is like people whispering. It's like a crowd of people talking. Again, you can't make out what's being said. When my wife and daughter experience that or hear that, they're fully convinced it sounds like a party or a banquet. We see a lot of them. Sometimes as clearly as I see you there now, but most of the time it's like a haze or an aura around them, or maybe just around part of them. But we've had some hasty exits out of the place as well, but that would be rare now. No, there's no negative stuff. And to be honest, I think if there was, we wouldn't be here. We don't get involved now, we live beside it, we live alongside it, you know, and we're happy to be here.
Tonight, we will reach out to and learn more about the many ghosts said to inhabit the castle. We will discover tales of mass poisoning, murders, and a bone-filled dungeon. We'll learn of the castle's many ghosts, which include its most notorious and perhaps the scariest of all, the elemental spirit.
It's been written about for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's been written about by eminent people that I'd have no reason to doubt at all. But it's the one thing we have not experienced since we came here. I don't think we particularly want to either, having read about it, you know.
Are you ready for tonight?
I'm ready.
Yes, I'm so pumped. Before we lose sunlight fully, I wanted to start out here because last time we were here, do you remember I snapped all those photos, shared them to Facebook, and there were so many people that said they could see a lady in one of the photos.
I remember that.
It was so crazy. I've tried to replicate that today and I haven't really been able to see another lady. I do still believe it could be pareidolia, like shadow from the trees, playing havoc with that photo. But I did get Jared to go up there and pose in the window to see what it looked like if there was actually a person in there. Those photos are so weird.
Oh, really? I haven't seen them yet.
You look demonic.
I was going like this though.
No, your face is distorted, I'm telling you.
Really?
See that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's with my
That is
jawline?
not normal. You look like a cartoon of Satan.
Oh my god, that is really weird.
Like your face looks all distorted. Leave a comment. Maybe like the glass is just distorted up there and there might be a bit of bird shit on the glass right where your face is. But that looks weird, right, guys?
It does look a bit weird.
My friends from Adelaide's Haunted Horizons also visited a few years ago, and when they got out their car out front of the castle here, they hadn't even entered yet. Guess what their OV list said? Elemental.
No shit.
And the elemental is like this super ugly being, so maybe it's like manifesting onto your face. No offense.
I'm starting to get the feeling you don't like my appearance, Amy.
I love the way you look. That photo though, that's not you. That is not you. It's weird. It is time. Time to enter the most haunted castle in Ireland. How confident are you, Jared?
Well, I mean,
What was that?
that was the door.
That's odd. It's like urging us in.
Off to a good start. Okay, there's some serious animal shit going on out here. Let's just get in.
What the heck was that?
I did hear this door move though. That was so weird.
I definitely heard, or like a tap or something.
Oh, can I knock this? Cool.
That was the most pathetic little knock.
Oh, this one's got a pirate symbol on it.
That is so badass. This is the Great Hall here, guys.
Whoa. Wow, this place has so much cool stuff in here.
It's really incredible. So we had the privilege of talking to Sean, who has lived here for like 20 years. He owns the castle, lives in the castle. He's great. We interviewed him right here and he was telling us a lot of stories, but he did say that allegedly there is a woman down here with 2 little girls.
Down here, I should say mostly down here, we meet with a lady and she touches people. Now, a lot of our visitors experience that. It happened twice today and it happened again last Saturday. Now, when I say touch, it's like somebody brushing off you, passing you by and brushing off you. For almost everybody, you know, it would be a first-time experience, but they amaze themselves as to how calmly they react to it. You know, they don't feel threatened by it.
Do we have any names or?
No names. They actually don't have a name for her, but they refer to her as the governess. And there's 2 little girls that seem to sort of hang around her. Whether she's kind of a caretaker and looks after them, I don't know. But she is known for sort of touching people, touching them very gently. Dia Gwetch, Amy is Anam Dom. You heard that?
I did.
Dia Gwetch.
Dear Gwetch, is Misha Jared? These guys probably have no idea what we're talking about.
Guys, what we are trying to do tonight is reach out in like an Irish language, so Gaelic. We're doing our best. There are a lot of different dialects and it's probably evolved across, you know, different areas of Ireland over the years, and maybe, you know, the years that this castle dates back to, it would have changed a lot. But we've actually spoken to some people, locals here, and tried our best to learn a bit of a few words and sentences that hopefully could cause the spirits to react. I mean, we got a really loud tap in here. That was so loud, right?
The reason why we're speaking Gaelic as well was because we thought that might be like a trigger for the spirit. So yeah, I think it's curious that we got that noise in here right after you introduced yourself.
I think that's really cool. We've got to try more of this tonight.
That's assuming that we can remember the phrases that we put together. All right, I've hit record. We're rolling.
So I don't know if you can understand me, but if there is anyone here tonight, if you walk up towards Jared, maybe you can use our energy and use those strange looking devices he's holding to talk to us.
Unfeige Kench. Cod is anim det. Is Misha Jared? My name's Jared, what is your name?
There is a lot to look at and explore in the castle, just artifacts and paintings and art. I love it so much.
If anyone's in here and can hear us, can anyone come up to us and touch these?
Priest.
Priest. Bloody chapel, that's relevant, right?
That's so relevant.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't believe it just said that. That's like one of the most relevant things to the story of the Bloody Chapel. Should we go straight up there?
Should we?
Maybe we head straight up.
Maybe the Gaelic's actually working.
Thank you so much. Are you able to knock on something like this for me?
Go Revma Aget. That means thank you. Go Revma Aget.
I don't mean to barge in. I don't want to scare you.
Unfeige Kench.
Young.
Young.
It could be the kids.
I forgot about the kids' story.
There's two little girls here.
Cod is anim det. What is your name? I reckon the Gaelic's actually working.
Can you do something like this?
That was behind you then.
There is a lot of glass in here. Could it just be like it's cooling off? I really want to go to the Bloody Chapel because we got priest. Maybe we weren't going to, but maybe we just head straight up and follow that response. We can come back down. If there's anyone who can hear my voice, we will come back down for you later. Would love to make friends with you. I just want to make sure that the glass isn't popping because it's cooling off at night, you know what I mean? Guys, this is a legit like medieval castle, and just the stonework, the stairways, the tower, and how old it is. You can see there's a wall here that's been bricked over. It's amazing. There's like so many little intricacies to this place, and so many ghost stories. Let's go up. Seriously, Jared, though, watch your step. This is
my god.
Danger.
This is so steep. This is my head level. I'm looking at Amy's feet. I'm only like 3 steps behind. It's so steep.
Now we were going to take you guys in here next, but we're bypassing that and just going straight up to the top.
Let's follow the activity we're getting. What?
I forgot there was a hole here. Literally.
Oh my god, hang
like
on.
my whole foot could fit through here.
Can you see me?
Infant.
Infant.
What?
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Infant we just got.
Infant.
Young infant priest. Are you okay with us going upstairs?
Dear Gwetch, is Misha Amy? Jared, I know that the priest is often seen on the staircase leading up to the Bloody Chapel as well, not just in the chapel.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Dear Gwetch, is Misha Amy?
Anna.
Anna.
Anna. Maybe at least 2 women haunting the castle. One who is commonly seen on the lower floor with the children, and then there's a mysterious woman who is often wearing red, holding a dagger. No one knows much about her.
So this is the Bloody Chapel. This is where it happened.
Yeah, this is where a guy murdered his own brother in cold blood, a priest. He stabbed him while he was giving like a sermon, and he killed him in front of his own family and a bunch of other onlookers, like right here.
Around 1450, primogeniture didn't always happen in Ireland. If a chieftain died or if he couldn't rule anymore, they would choose suitable candidates. Now they'd always be sons of the chieftain. And that then would eventually go to a kind of a council, and they would make a decision as to who would be, the next chieftain. So you can imagine the problems that brought about, well, with the elimination of the opposition, and it wasn't the ballot box, I can tell you. But there were two brothers up at this particular time, Thaddeus, who was a priest, and his brother Tig, who was a warrior. Thaddeus one Sunday started to say Mass up in the Bloody Chapel before Tig arrived. When Tig arrived, he reckoned it was the worst insult ever paid him, and he up and killed him on the altar. And he ended up then being the next chieftain.
Wasn't there like some other sabotage thing that happened in here as well, where a whole bunch of people died?
Yes, there was a massive betrayal amongst the clans here. Basically, they were invited over for like a big feast, but they were all poisoned. So 20 of them died. And Sean told us the most horrifying story about what they did to their bodies after they were dead.
The O'Carrolls here, they ruled this country called Ely. It became known as Ely O'Carroll. South of here was a country called Ormond, and it was ruled by the Butlers. The Butlers were of Norman extraction. Around that time, they were taking a lot of land, encroaching on O'Carroll country. The O'Carrolls sent north up to the most powerful clan in Ireland at the time were the O'Neills, and they sent up for help. After a fairly lengthy campaign, it was going well. They were starting to drive the Butlers back out of their lands. They belonged to a sub-tribe of the O'Neills called the Northern MacMahons. But they invited the MacMahons back here then they were to be paid and to hold a banquet up in the Bloody Chapel for them. But when they got them up there, they poisoned all 29 of them in one foul swoop. And the experts would tell us that most likely they just didn't want to pay them. There was an account written by a Father Gleason that lived over here in the hills and mountains. When they were all dead, that they cut their heads off and they kicked them out that top window onto the barn and made footballs out of them around the place.
It's so barbaric. It's weird that this actually happened though, because it sounds like something out of Game of Thrones, like the Wed Wedding, like invite people over, like let them into your home, and then...
Real life Game of Thrones happened right here, where we're standing.
Like, I think you've said this before in What We Do. I think you said this at the Willis Skaggs murder house, but I sort of feel conflicted in my mind because I'm amazed to be here, but at the same time something so sick and gross happened, you know what I mean?
Dude, over here is the most sick and gross place though.
What, worse than
this is the
Red
worst.
Wedding?
This is the worst.
Oh.
What, are you okay?
I just copped a big breeze, but I will let you guys know there's like four or five windows in this room. None of them have panes, so it's literally the outdoor air coming in. It's pretty freaky actually.
Yeah, dude. How is this for like... Oh wait, Jess. That is just the drop down to the floor. That freaks me out. Anyway, this here is known as an oubliette, and it's basically... Oh my god, there's a spider. Nope, that's just a little bug. I shouldn't even be laughing while I'm trying to describe what this is. I think I'm honestly like a little bit nervous, and sometimes nerves for me can come through with laughter. This is the oubliette, literally meaning a French word meaning to forget, where bodies were disposed of.
Well, the opening, the shaft to the oubliette is up there. It was their dungeon. It originally had iron spikes in it as well. It was in use from when the castle was built in the 1300s, right up until sometime in the 1600s. And it was blocked off then. Now, we don't actually have a date for it, but it was blocked off. It was rediscovered then in 1932 by some local men. They took 3 horse cart loads of human bones out of it, and they buried them. There's a churchyard just across the valley there, and they buried them over there. Generally, the people that went into that probably be high up members of the clan, but they'd definitely be ones that would be a threat to the chieftain. That's where they went, down there. Now, you knew yourself if you were caught or found out you were going to be put down there. It was kind of meant to be a deterrent as well. But given the amount of bones taken out, well, it mightn't have worked terribly well as a deterrent by the looks of it, So
it's like a dungeon, right?
A dungeon, yeah. It's just sick. Once you go down, you don't come back out. 150 people's skeletons were found down there as well, Jared.
150?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Who knows what kind of energy that has left in this area, along with the murder and the poisoning. That is why they call this the Bloody Chapel.
It's insane. Is there a priest here? You called us up here. How come you wanted us to come up here? Do you want to talk to us?
On Phaedra Kench. Maybe if you come up to these lights in our hands, maybe you can communicate with us. We would love to hear from you. There is a priest still up here, or anybody else. How are you feeling?
Let me just like feel for a sec. I'm feeling sort of calm. Surprisingly, given that this place is called the Bloody Chapel and all that shit happened here, I'm feeling surprisingly calm. I will say it has a smell of like birds and stuff.
That might be adding to my anxiety and nerves being up here. I don't like the Bloody Chapel. I hate it up here. It doesn't feel right. There's probably pigeons up here. As we said, these windows are all open. I feel very nervous up here.
I will say one area of this castle that does give me the creeps is probably this bit here. This hole in the wall. It actually has a staircase that leads down, and I had a look today. I don't actually know what it is down there, or where the staircase is.
Greetings.
It wants you to go in.
No. Diagwech? As I said, I don't want to go in there. That's my least favourite. I don't know if it's the spirits, it's more the smell. There's feathers everywhere, there's spiders.
It looks like a huge nest.
And it's a very old part of the castle. That's the best way to put it.
It's sketchy. Look at this. If that ain't a huge frickin' clump of bird nest, if I ever seen one, nah. I don't think I can go in there.
Isn't this trip all about facing our fears and pushing ourselves?
Are you
Maybe
gonna make me
should
go
down
in there? Are you fucking kidding me?
Honestly, I don't like it in there either. It is definitely a bit rickety. Is that the word? Whatever you do, at the bottom of the staircase there is a door. Do not open that door because it is just a drop out there. Lord. We're in the chapel.
Lord could be, the Lord. But it could also be Lord, like Lord of the land, right? Who is your Lord? I'm going in solely to show you guys this. And I'm terrified because this bird nest clump. So if you haven't done so yet, you better like the video for me. Leave me a nice comment. Please.
Not a mean comment.
Okay, here is the frickin' bird's nest. Whatever that shit is. This. What the heck? These are just sheer drops to the bottom of the castle. And right now I'm on the top floor. Not living for this. I'm just going to say, oh my God, I can't go in there. I'll fall. Oh, I just hit my head.
You look really awkward.
I am very awkward. I'm not a graceful person.
Amy alone challenge going into the bird's den.
Oh my God, what the heck? If there is a bird in here, I'm going to scream so hard.
Anything down there?
Is there? Oh my God, it's a fucking nest. Oh my God. I
What,
can't
like a
go
bird's-
any further.
Fireplace.
Oh my God.
What? What?
What the heck?
What? What?
Oh, there's dead mice. It is a bird nest. No. Oh my God. Can you get me out? There's like a huge nest and then dead mice.
Keep going.
No, I'm not going. I can't. No. I don't care what you say, Spirit. I am not going any further.
Diagwech?
Dear Gwetch.
That means hello.
No. That's
Right.
worse. That is the bird oubliette for the mice. The oubliette of the mice.
More like the oubliette of the Amy.
Or,
How would you like to...
I feel really sick. I feel sick. And I feel like I'm going to pass out. And I feel like I just went into a bird nest. Feel like I'm covered in bird. It's disgusting. Let's leave. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Diagwech?
Stop saying that. Alright, so we've just left the chapel. I'm freaked out. I need a breather. I feel like I'm covered in bird. And I have a bird phobia, so if you didn't know that, that's why I'm acting stupid about that experience. I don't like to see dead animals. Just me. So I'm traumatized a little. I'm gonna just carry on. There's the rest of the castle to explore, so.
So what would you say this room is exactly?
I'm not sure, like, this seems like a little perch to look out the front of the castle, and maybe it's like a lookout for guards, right?
What's it? Maybe they'll look at here.
Yeah.
Was there battles fought at this castle? Like, could this be like a type of arch window maybe, or two?
There's definitely arrow slits in the castle. I did see them out the front, and I guess this is angled in a way sort of like an arrow slit. It's just not really a slit, is it?
Can you tell us what this room was used for? What this room is? Look at that. This is a really steep staircase, guys.
Show them in the little door.
How does it work?
You just come up to it, try to touch it, it'll generate sounds. Alexander.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing your name with us.
Just keep touching it, it'll make sounds, noises, words.
Maybe that's also them trying to figure out how to use it.
Mm.
Can you show them in the little door?
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't have to go in, just show them.
Again, guys, I think people were shorter back
Don't
then.
go there.
Are you
Don't go
kidding
in.
me?
It just said not to go in. Why can't we come in? I'm gonna knock. Can you knock back? That is so weird that it said that as I was about to go on this door. It's like a warning. I think, isn't this just a bedroom behind this door? I'm gonna come in. Should I do it?
I don't know. Why shouldn't we go in there?
Can you close the door for us if you don't want us to come in? How come you don't want me to come in here?
Welcome to our base camp.
Dear Gwetch.
Dear Gwetch.
Your viewers are going to be so sick of us saying that by the end of this episode. Dear Gwetch.
Kod is Annam det. Anna?
Alexander. Dear Gwetch.
Is the priest around? A lady, an elemental spirit? A child? Someone who was betrayed here? Someone who was murdered here?
Oh, there is a question there. What happened here?
Did you hear that? I heard like a little...
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know.
In this moment, Jared and I discussed what to ask from the Irish phrases we had been provided by locals earlier, when we both heard what sounds like a voice with our own ears. This is even documented onto our camera's audio. What's interesting about this is that we are now in a room that is actually closed off to the outside world, so let's take another listen.
Koda hola onsha.
Guardian.
Guardian.
I just asked what happened here.
I thought you asked what is your name?
No, I asked...
Door.
Door. I'm pointing at the door. Do you want me to go towards the door?
We were just talking about the door knocker.
Morning.
Mourning as in sad.
Oh.
Who are you mourning for?
I'm so sorry. If you're grieving somebody, maybe somebody who you lost to someone at this castle. I know a lot of bad things happened here.
At this point in the night, we decided to leave a Ghost Tube SLS camera inside the bloody chapel to monitor for movement, sound and figures while we headed back downstairs to reach out in the area where we had previously heard noises and receive the response of priest through Ghost Tube. Downstairs, straight after setting up a still camera to monitor the room where we had heard noises, and before we even began to reach out, we captured more of what sounded like loud taps.
Hang on, this is good that we've got this. That is better. What was that? What was that?
That is better.
What was that? 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 What was
Right after this, we sat down in the next room over to record an EVP session, and our REM pod triggered right from the get-go.
Because I think you see the light from the other one. It looks kind of cool.
Okay.
You okay with that? Is it going off? I'm recording.
It's already going off. Thank you so much.
That's going off. We haven't even started yet.
Crypt Keepers, we've come down to the Great Hall and straight off the bat, the REM pod's gone off.
It started going crazy, actually.
That's pretty amazing that someone was like trying to join us. I've also put another static still cam in the conservatory with some cat balls, so if anyone out there can hear my voice. I put some of these little balls around. If you go and move them, just like that, they like these really pretty colours and they're here just for you to play with. What the fuck?
Okay, now it's working. I thought I heard kids laughing then.
Same.
It sounded like it came from upstairs.
And I just heard a tap. I definitely heard kids laughing, and the sound spectrum on this was whack when I hit record.
It is interesting to note that right as we hit record here, the sound spectrum on the app we were using played up, which is strange in itself. Yet Jara and I could also hear what sounded a lot like children laughing.
Okay, let's just
I'm going to
start.
put this down so I'm not touching it, guys.
Kid again.
Thank you. My name is Amy, and this here is Jared. We would love for you to play with us.
Is Misha Jared? Kod is anim det. Couple's going off out there.
It is.
Kave din ia tor ancha. How many people are here?
Is Misha Amy? Onfega Koinch. My name is Amy. Can you speak to us?
Just as you said that, the motion sensor in there went off, the cat ball went off. Just as you were saying that. It's going off again now.
Kavade Dini Ato Unsha. How many people are here?
Did you see movement? Furniture or something?
I'm going to cut this and see if we got anything.
I was hearing with my own ears before we even started that session, or the very beginning of that session, I was hearing like children talking or giggling.
Yeah, same.
Like, it was really, really weird.
What the fuck?
Okay, now it's working. I thought I heard kids laughing then.
Same.
Okay.
Oh my god, we
You
caught
can
it.
hear it, we caught it. After Amy says, what the fuck? Then you hear kids talking.
You can hear the
and
voice.
then I say, okay, it's working now.
And I also want to note the graphic of what we were using to record this is all messed up. That like never happened.
It's not normally that big and then
It's
comes
like
down
something has messed with this. That's really weird.
Kid again. Again. Kid again. And then again. Kid again. Kid again. Is Misha Jared? Kod is anim det.
My name is Amy. Can you speak to us?
Just as you said that, the motion sensor in there went off, the cat ball went off. Did you see movement? Furniture or something? Can I see if I can pick it up?
Yeah, I heard it.
Sean was saying today that one of the common things that he and his family experience living in this castle, and what people report when they come here, is hearing muffled voices.
And that's what we were picking up then. A lot of it felt or sounded like kids playing as well.
Although we had captured and even heard some interesting things on the ground floor of the castle tower, we had also documented some extremely eerie noises upstairs in the Bloody Chapel, where we had left our Ghost Tube SLS camera rolling. The first of these almost sounds like something heavy being dragged across the ground. The next noises we documented up in the Bloody Chapel are perhaps even more chilling given the history of that particular room. If you listen closely, it almost sounds like vocalized screams are present on the camera's audio. The only explanation I could think of for these voices is that there may be animal sounds carrying across the countryside, though you'd think this would have been something we heard or picked up on while recording EVPs on the ground floor. Take a listen and leave me a comment with your thoughts on this. At this point we moved further up the castle to investigate the middle floor, and shortly after setting up a Ghost Tube SLS camera to monitor the window where people said they had seen a woman gazing outwards, the camera fell over on its own. While it is possible this could have been caused by gravity, we still find it curious.
This one's rolling.
Okay, got its light on. It doesn't look that bright. Okay. I might film you with the light on, yeah?
Is it SLS
My camera's
moved?
moved, yeah. The SLS camera's just moved. That's weird. This camera's rolling. The SLS camera's just moved on its own.
Was that in shot?
The SLS camera's not in shot, but
Right.
that just moved. SLS camera has been dislodged. I had it monitoring this window, which is where that woman is supposedly seen. I had it set up with this tripod on the chair. It's actually getting a little weird figure on that chair right now. It might be a false positive mapped against the wall of that statue there, but...
I mean, unless the REM pod goes off.
The job of this app is to detect people-shaped objects, so the fact that it's getting that statue is expected behaviour.
It doesn't mean the statue has a ghost. It doesn't
No.
mean it's a ghost. It just means it's shaped like a person.
But that is so weird that this camera just moved on its own.
Unless
Could it
you
have
put
been
it on
gravity?
dodgy.
I mean, I normally have these pretty solid, and because it's an expensive phone, I check it. I'm pretty good at checking that it's solid, because I don't want my phone to fall off and break.
Moments later, we would notice something else strange about the Ghost Tube SLS camera. This, however, we were able to debunk.
Okay, let's start over in this corner. Whoa!
What?
SLS just mapped someone in the window, and it wasn't the statue.
Could it have been me walking by?
Walk by again, see if it causes it.
Well, I was...
Oh yeah, maybe it's
Wait.
It's detecting a massive figure in the window.
That can't be me.
There you go, I'm filming it right there too, so you can see live in the moment.
Is it your light reflection causing it?
Possibly.
And it's there now. It might just be the light reflecting back in the lens.
Alright guys, it could be an anomaly caused by the light, so we're going to debunk that.
Jared and I wanted to investigate the second floor. Apparently there's no area of this castle that isn't paranormally active. I have heard stories of a woman making her way around the castle, and this is also the area where, I shared that photograph years ago, and so many people are saying it looks like there's a woman in the window. So of course we set up Ghost Tube SLS to monitor the window, and we just had, I wouldn't say a fright, we got a little bit excited because it looked like out of the blue, wasn't mapping anything, then it started to map a figure right near the window. We've been able to debunk that. Jared was shining his bright camera light into the window, which was reflecting back into the phone, and that was confusing the LiDAR sensor on his iPhone 13. LiDAR sensor is basically emitting a lot of little infrared lights and then using that to map and detect depth. So I think it was just confusing the phone and the algorithm, and it was detecting and mapping a body. It's debunked though. Just if we can find a reasonable, logical explanation for something, we will share that with you. And if you guys are unsure and you want to learn more about how our apps work, head to ghosttube.com. You can download them for free and use them yourself, so you can learn them inside and out. But we have come up here to do a GhostTube Vox session as well. We're going to try that out and see if we get any responses through that. Okay guys, I just hit record on GhostTube Vox. If there is anyone here and you want to talk to me, please don't be shy. This can't hurt you. I won't hurt you. You can come up close to this strange looking thing in my hands and maybe you can use it to talk to me. I would love to talk to the lady of the castle.
Why is it like not making any noise?
It's very eerily silent. Can you say anything to me? Even if you don't say anything, just come very close to my hands and maybe you can use your energy to mess with this.
I'm sorry, that was me. So guys, how Vox works is it's using the magnetometer in your phone to select radio streams to source sounds from in real time. So it's sort of inspired by a traditional spirit box, except instead of selecting words from a databank like the original GhostTube app, it will select sounds from a real-time radio stream. Normally though, you'll get bits of radio on that constantly, so it's weird that this is coming up with absolutely nothing. I think that's weird in itself. Like, why isn't it coming up with anything?
Is there no one here?
And where's our list of Gaelic stuff?
Yes.
Dia Gwech? Hello? Conas Atatu? How are you? So weird.
Koda Hola Onsha? What happened here? What was it like to live at this castle?
What was that? What did that sound like to you?
I don't know, like that it was something specific, just like someone in pain, maybe?
I was going to say it sounded like somebody screaming.
That's the one thing that comes through this.
That is so creepy. Do you not have reception or something?
I just bought a new SIM card, like a Vodafone Island SIM card. I have reception, I have internet.
Why isn't it saying anything?
Legit. Is it broken? I mean...
Well, the one thing came through, so it mustn't be.
One thing comes through. Can you say anything? I'm sorry if that's the only thing that you have to say. It's almost as compelling to me that it's saying a lot of things that it just says nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just... It's odd. Really odd.
It's quiet again now, and again, nothing.
So is there anyone who can come up to this table? Can you touch one of these balls here? Can you make a noise just like this?
To us, this was one of the strangest GhostTube Vox sessions we had ever recorded. Not only was the app unusually quiet, but the one response that it did produce was eerie and relevant to the dark and traumatic history of Lep Castle. For this reason, we decided to leave a locked off GhostTube SLS camera within this space, while we made our way upstairs to reach out to the spirits of the Bloody Chapel. We also decided to light a few candles in the middle of the chapel, in the hopes of drawing out any spirits in the area, especially since many had claimed to sight the top level of the castle, within the Bloody Chapel, illuminated by candlelight, even when the castle was empty.
Bloody Chapel time!
The Bloody Chapel.
We are going to do an Estes. Jared has bravely volunteered to be on the headphones because he just had an experience up here.
So guys, we are going all out on AmysCrypt. Got some candles going, got a little seance going here. As I was bringing these up, there was no light in the room. I just had my little headset on my head. I thought I saw an orb, which I debunked, like with my own eyes, which I debunked as just a discoloured brick. But then when I turned around, this corner was completely dark and black. And I was about to walk to the door and I just felt like someone was there. I didn't see anything. It was just a feeling. I don't claim to be psychic or anything like that, but imagine that feeling where you're really sort of a bit scared and you just want to get out. Like I felt like that. Didn't help that I was on my own in the dark, but yeah.
Bloody chapel. I'm telling you, it's weird up here.
Oh look, someone's left one of these here.
It was just clicking over here. Maybe wear them.
Wear them? I found them on the floor.
Yeah, well, you know, put them on your
Anyway.
lap or something.
Oh. Right, and I'm ready.
Okay, my name is Amy. That guy
Walk around.
That guy in the corner is Jared. Please feel free to talk to him. I'll go for a little walk. Walk around.
This is it. What'd you say? Stop.
Okay.
Please.
What is it? Can you see these candles that we've lit for you?
This one. Black.
They're red. I just heard a tap.
Amy.
Hi. Hello. What does the black mean? Can you tell me?
Relax.
Okay. I'm not worried for some reason. Is there a priest here?
Drop.
Drop. Are you talking about what's behind Jared? Can you tell me what's behind him?
Stop that.
You just don't want me to talk about what's back there? Guys, he's literally sitting in front of the oubliette where people are dropped down into. So that response is very eerie. With whom am I communicating?
Talk.
Okay. My name is Amy. His name is Jared. We've travelled
I love you.
a long way to talk to you. I love you too. Or are you not talking to me? Do you like the candles?
Overnight.
We will stay here overnight. Is that okay?
I hope so.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for talking with me. Is this a happy place, a sad place? What do you feel up here?
Leave.
Oh. Who do you want to leave?
It was me.
What did you do?
I killed him.
Can you tell me who you killed?
Murdered.
I've heard a few stories of murders up here. One about a brother. One about a poisoning.
Please.
How can I help
A
you?
lot.
Were there a lot of murders? Are you a victim?
The birds.
What about the birds? You know I'm scared of birds, right? Is that why?
Yep.
That's why you're saying that? You're trying to scare me on purpose. I've bought you some nice candles and I've come to talk to you.
Let's.
Okay,
Wait.
waiting. What would you like me to wait for?
Look up.
Okay. What should I be seeing up here? The birds?
There's too many.
How many birds are up there?
They are.
Or are you telling someone in the dungeon to look up? What do you think of us being here?
Leave. Again, leave.
Do you not like having us here?
What? What are you screaming at?
I heard a bird.
Oh my god, you screamed so loudly I could freaking hear you through the noise cancelling headphones, you idiot. Oh my god.
Here, I was startled so much by a bird fluttering its feathers in the rafters of the bloody chapel that I screamed. Because my scream peaked above the ambient level of noise in the room, it could not be cancelled out by our headphones, and in turn, it startled Jared, who assumed a bat was attacking him. Strangely, after reflecting on the responses leading up to this event, they almost seemed to foretell the bird scare that I had. At this point, we decided to shake things up and swap, giving me a turn on the headphones while Jared asked questions.
Alright guys, take 2 of the Esther session. This time it's Amy's turn. Let's see what we capture. I don't know what she was asking, so I don't know what's already been asked, but I guess I'll start by saying my name's Jared, that's Amy. Is there anybody here that's with us right now?
Black.
I think I said black too. What's black? Can you tell me about that? Can you tell me what was in this corner behind me earlier tonight when I was bringing the candles up?
Philip.
Philip. Hello, Philip. Can you tell me what you're doing up here, Philip?
Back.
Back. What does that mean? Do you want to look behind me? I thought I heard something over there then.
Wake up.
Did I just hear something over here? Can you tell me about that? That's the corner. I felt like there was someone watching me from that side of the room before. Can you tell me what that noise was?
Read.
What am I reading though? There's no writing here. There's no graffiti on the walls. What do you want me to read?
Her.
Yep, that's Amy. What do you think about her? What do you think about me? Why did Amy scream before? Can you
Turn it.
turn it? Let me turn this around. What do you want me to turn? My camera?
Leave.
I got leave too. I heard leave either 2 or 3 times that I remember. That's really
20
weird.
years.
20 years. Is that how long? Is that how old you are? How come you want us to leave? Can you tell us that? Why are you telling us to leave for? Can you tell me that?
Philip.
Philip again. It's the second time that's come up. Philip, if you're there, can you come up and play with one of these candles for me, please?
Agreed.
That's great, but can you actually do it? Glad you agree with me though. It would be pretty cool for one of these candles to go out.
Carol, husband.
Some personal stuff there, guys. That name keeps coming up. And paired with the word husband, that is relevant.
Push him in.
Push him in. Push who in?
Hurry.
Why do I need to hurry? Why do you want me to leave? Oh, I just got cold chills all over then.
Philip.
Philip again. Who's Philip?
I keep hearing Philip. I just heard it 2 more times. Loud mouth.
Okay.
Will you let me talk?
You're doing all the talking. You're doing all the talking. I'm not even saying anything, really. What do you want to say? Say it.
I hope.
What do you want?
Cut or
Excuse me? I'll have to bleep that one out. Is there a message you want the world to know? Is there a message, something you want someone to know? Can you tell me that?
I am getting some stuff that sounds like a foreign language.
Could be Gaelic. Oh, while I was adjusting the camera, guys, I just heard a noise
A
downstairs.
pit.
The pit. I heard a noise downstairs. I was pissing with the camera though, so I don't know if...
Dear God. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video at Lep Castle. I have been wanting to come back here for years. I think it's been about 4 years since I last visited, since I was last in Ireland. And I've always wanted to investigate this place, and I'm just so grateful that I've gotten the opportunity to do that now. And I have a lot of you guys to thank for that, because the support and my channel has it's grown over the years, and it's allowed me to do investigations such as this, which is just my dream. Like, I'm working really hard to make it come true, and I'm so grateful to all my crypt keepers out there for just allowing me to do what I love. So I think it's just amazing. Sean has been awesome tonight, allowing us into his home. This castle is literally his home, so to have people come through and investigate it that's just so cool of him. But I do want to just say thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. That really helps us out. If you want to do any more reading on Lep Castle, head to my website, AmysCrypt.com. You can read my blog that I wrote like 4 years ago when I first initially came here. You can also follow me on social media at AmysCrypt on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. And I post bonus content on my Patreon and my YouTube members, which are linked below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.